The time to save on new Accords is right now during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. Get our lowest prices and biggest savings on our largest selection of Accords this year. Hurry in before these savings are gone during Happy Honda Days at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.
Ooh.
Hello.
Surprise! That was a little teaser. Did you catch the 10-day?
Don't give it all away.
That's true. That's true. You got to bait them in. And we're going to apologize in advance. Poor Steve and Jeff have been dealing with like sniffly noses. I feel so bad.
Poor you has to be a couple feet away from sniffly
I don't mind.
Steve right
Listen,
now.
as long as it's not the COVID, the flu, or the RSVs, we are good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden yesterday, I don't know if it's allergies or what. We'll see. We'll get through it. We're fine.
Yes, we are. We're going to get through it because the temperatures are warming up, Steve, and it's nice to finally see 70s again.
I'm excited about this, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And already starting to warm up outside. We're enjoying a good deal of sunshine outside right now. You can see on our Sky 9 camera. Just a few fair weather high clouds. That's about it. And check out temperatures. 55 in Baton Rouge already. Many spots low to mid 50s, even as warm as 63 already in Houma. Check out the 24-hour temperature change. 13 degrees warmer in Baton Rouge right now compared to 24 hours ago. So no doubt about it, things are really starting to warm up in a hurry. That's compliments of winds that have shifted around to the southeast, ushering in that warmer, more humid air. So by lunchtime, I've got us mid to upper 60s. Highs today in the low 70s. So we hit 60 for a high yesterday. Going 72 today, partly cloudy, expecting it to stay dry, but not expecting it to stay dry too much longer. We're giving you a first alert to rain and storms becoming likely by Friday, and even before then, we could squeeze out a few showers, but the next real impactful rain event looks to be on Friday. So we pick it up here on the graph model midnight Friday, and it's already showing a line of storms organizing out to our west, and the graph actually brings those storms into our area before daybreak on Friday. That's 5 a.m. Also shows this as a pretty healthy line of storms, so we'll keep an eye on that. That line marches eastward, but some showers still show up through the morning hours on Friday. That's noon, and maybe even a few more passing showers Friday afternoon. Potentially a lull Friday evening, and then there's still a chance we could squeeze out a little more rain late Friday night, early Saturday. But right now, it looks like the main event's going to come during the first part of the day on Friday. The Weather Prediction Center continuing to highlight the potential of some locally heavy rain on Friday, posting a level 2 out of 4, slight risk of flooding area-wide. So we're not necessarily expecting widespread heavy rain, but it could get heavy in spots. The Weather Prediction Center has on average 1 to 2 inches of rainfall through Saturday morning. So that would be manageable, but it's just where we get maybe some pockets of heavier stuff that we'll have to keep an eye on things. And right now they kind of show some heavier totals out to our west. Then we jump through the weekend into Monday of next week, another round of showers and storms on the way. That's the European model showing a warm front lifting inland, a cold front approaching from the west. That cold front may take its good old time moving through, and so with that, rain start back up on Monday, and we might see several rounds of rain between Monday and Wednesday until we can eventually get that cold front off to our east. All right, the Storm Prediction Center, not only are we talking about rain returning early next week, Storm Prediction Center already posting a level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather just north of Baton Rouge, but that does include some areas near north of the state line. This is kind of an early outlook, so this will get adjusted in the days ahead, but just have in your mind, not only we talk about more rain early next week, could be some strong storms in the mix. And then when you take the rainfall that we expect on Friday and the additional stuff we expect early next week, look at how much the Weather Prediction Center is showing. In fact, for most of us, they have 4 to 5 inches of rain or more through next Wednesday morning. So we're talking about quite the soaking. And so with that in mind, we're going to have to keep an eye on rain totals as time goes by. Now, the good news in all this is that sandwiched in between, New Year's Eve actually looks pretty decent. There could be some showers around the morning, but by the afternoon, I think we're dry. And if you're heading out Saturday night, should be fine. So if you're heading out to dinner, temperatures in the mid-60s, and by the time we bring in the new year at midnight, upper 50s. So probably a little jacket, something like that, but most importantly, looks like we'll stay dry. Today, starting to warm up, 72 for a high. We're going to continue with highs in the 70s right on through the weekend into next week. Good rain chances Friday. Good rain chances return early next week. Maybe still a little bit of rain around on Wednesday, and then after that, hopefully finally drying out late next week. And also seeing temperatures pretty close to normal late next week with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Liz?
Can't looking forward to all of that sunshine, even with a bit of rain. I'll take it, Steve.
Me too.
Thank you. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. In the meantime, we have a couple of headlines that we're following here for you on this Wednesday morning as we move closer through the week. We've just got this update from Southern University. If you'll remember, on Monday, Dion Guillory was in the First Alert Center telling you about a mass shooting we were following out of the New Orleans area. We're told 2 19-year-olds died and 4 other people were injured. Well, we've learned as of this morning that one of those 19-year-olds is actually a freshman student at Southern University, 19-year-old Courtney Hughes. Southern University actually sharing a statement with us in the last 30 minutes saying that she was actually visiting home for the holidays, that New Orleans is home for her, and this happened at some kind of house party, again, Monday, right around 12:30 overnight. So right now they're sending their condolences to Courtney's family and everyone else that's involved here, but they're also asking for anyone who may have been there, anyone who may have saw something, to go ahead and call the New Orleans Crime Stoppers Division, and we've got that number for you in the story as well. But again, a 19-year-old from the New Orleans area that happened to be a Southern University Baton Rouge campus student, a student majoring in nursing, one of the victims in that mass shooting at that house party in the New Orleans area, the 9th Ward. As we get updates on this story, we'll continue to keep you updated here on WAFB. One of the other stories we're following today is the air travel nightmare, right? You've been hearing nothing about this, nothing more about this, nothing good about this since before Christmas. A lot of people obviously trying to make Christmas with the families. And this is kind of what's remnant of that. Luggage left at a bunch of airports waiting to be claimed by people or waiting to get shipped off to people. But as you wake up on this Wednesday morning, Southwest already going ahead and canceling 2,000 flights, delaying much more, and there are still more cancellations expected today. The CEO of Southwest coming out with an apology on Twitter last night saying that he's apologetic for all of the nightmares that travelers are dealing with right now, but he's saying that because they're one of the largest carriers across the country, it's going to take some time for them to get their flights back on track, for them to get crews back on schedule, to get people where they need to go. So in the meantime, if you are a stranded traveler, or maybe you know someone who is stranded at an airport right now, there are some options for you to get some reimbursements. The Better Business Bureau sharing some tips for people dealing with those flight cancellations and delays waiting at airports, because at the end of the day, you're a consumer who's entitled to rights. You've paid all this money for a flight, and at the end of the day, you didn't get what you paid for. So what are your rights as a consumer? Better Business Bureau sharing these tips for you. Just know that if your flight was canceled, you are required to get some kind of compensation. It does depend on what type of cancellation it is, what type of airline it is, and remember, the Department of Transportation offers a dashboard where you can kind of navigate all of that. And the Better Business Bureau says that if you are tracked some kind of compensation, make sure you keep a copy of all your receipts so you can actually get reimbursed for all of those fees. Things like food, hotel, rental cars, Ubers, all of these things are things that you could be entitled for compensation for. So we're going to keep following all of those delays. Lots of those Southwest delays happening at the New Orleans International Airport. So we'll stay on top of that. We also have a scam alert to let you know about. The Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office saying that there's a new text scam going around to people, not only in the Tangi area, but really across South Louisiana. So if you get a text message saying it's from a USPS or a Postal Service worker, apparently the text message says you have a package waiting for you. It's at a USPS post office. You just need to come claim it because the address is wrong. Well, in that text message, they're also going to send you a link to change the address so you can get to the right place. Well, the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office says do not click that link. Do not reply back to that message. They say it's a scam that's going around, and they're really trying to avoid people from becoming more victims. So they're already letting people know if you are a victim, maybe you clicked that link, or maybe you already responded to that message and changed your address. They're asking you to go ahead and call their office so they can help you get a refund or whatever the issue may be. They're also asking you to call and report it to the Better Business Bureau office. Remember, they have an ongoing scam tracker where they're trying to find hotspots of where certain scams are concentrated concentrated too. So again, if you get a fishy text message saying you've got a package waiting for you, which is not that uncommon during this time of year with gifts and such, make sure you don't open it and be suspicious if you get something saying that there's a box waiting for you at the local post office. That's all of the stories that we're following here on WAFB Plus on 9 News Now, where we try to give you a little snapshot of all the different things happening in South Louisiana and beyond. And that includes giving you a snapshot of the weather and some of the funny moments, the moments of brevity that make us smile on some busy
We need
news
some of
days.
those, right?
We need a lot
what
of
do you
that.
hear when you're out in public? Oh man, so much bad news,
Yeah.
right? So we'll try to give you a little bit of good news.
Yes, that's what we like to do here, especially because we're not limited on time, Steve. And obviously a popular trend, we've been talking about how this is a great time for a lot of kids to have recitals and dance recitals and holiday recitals. Well, how about we bring people to another funny one?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Have a look here. This looks like an average, like kids dance Christmas recital of sorts.
Yeah.
Take a look at Big Guy, Niners fan there in the right hand corner. He's having the time of his life.
Uh-oh, watch out.
Look, oh. He's going completely rogue at this point, and he does not care who's watching. The man is on display. Look at, how old would you guess he is, or what grade would you guess he's in?
I'm going to say third, fourth.
Very good. He's a second grader in California, breaking out these moves. His mom actually posted this to Instagram, and you know what he told NBC when they asked? I just felt it in my body, and I just wanted to dance all that stuff out.
Something tells me he's seen mom or dad
Bust a move?
do some of these moves at home.
I just love it.
That is awesome.
I love how all the other kids are singing, and this kid is just busting out all of the hit moves.
That's just pure joy, though.
Yes, if you feel it in you, go ahead. Put on a show for
Having a
everybody to
moment.
enjoy. Okay, all right, okay. So this went on for a good few minutes. He had non-stop
That.
So he did it with a jacket, like a Letterman jacket on.
So, you think you had any chocolate to get him going before the show?
Definitely.
All right, so today we have a national everything, right? Today is
Yeah.
National Chocolate Day.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, so Dion asked everybody, you have a favorite kind?
You know what? I'm going to go with dark chocolate.
Yeah, you and me on the same.
Yeah.
White chocolate's not real chocolate.
No.
All right, so you heard me right. It's another day to celebrate with National Chocolate Day. The December 28th holiday urges people to chow down on their favorite truffles and ganache, if you like that.
Fancy,
so while
Steve.
you munch on your favorite, here's some facts for you, Liz, about that guilty pleasure chocolate.
Okay.
It's grown on a cacao tree, either in Mexico, Central America, South America. A Dutch inventor and chemist developed a way to produce it into solid form all the way back in 1828. Why don't we know more about this man?
That's a good question. He should be a hero.
Because we know George Washington Carver is what created
Peanuts.
peanut butter, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I don't
That's
know.
a good point, Steve.
All right, so the first edible chocolate bar produced by a British chocolate company, and Americans consume, on average, about 12 pounds of chocolate
No way.
each year. So
12
go ahead,
pounds?
get you some today.
That's a lot. So Dion Guillory, as you mentioned, had that poll up earlier on his Twitter page. And so he's got the options here. Because I'm not logged in, you can't see the results of it. But if you had to guess, which one do you think is leading the charge right now?
So what I know is during the show, I put my vote in for
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
and milk was leading, which I found hard to believe.
It's still leading at 50%.
I thought we were a more refined people now and understood that dark chocolate, not only is it better, it's better for you, right?
Yes,
Don't we
it
run these
is.
stories sometimes where,
Yeah.
small little doses, dark chocolate has some benefits.
Dark chocolate and red wine, they
Right.
say, are in limited doses are supposed to be good for you.
All right, so go hook us up, get that spread going, and
I'm
all
working on
in.
it. I'm working on
Maybe
it.
tomorrow on 9 News
Yeah.
Now, dark chocolate, red wine.
I'm gonna work on it.
All
I'm gonna
right.
get the boss's approval and come back and
Good
let
luck.
you know. Okay. I'll let you know, Steve. I'll let you know.
That's one forecast I can get right. Not looking so good.
100% certainty. But I will say, this forecast you have drummed up, you and the weather team, it's actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, it really is, especially today. Enjoy it outside. We'll hit the 70s, maybe a few showers tomorrow. Even tomorrow, not bad. But Friday, get ready. Rain could be heavy. And again, early next week, more rain that once again could be heavy at times.
Make the most of every moment together in a 3-row Mazda CX-9. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
Make no payments for 90 days on a new CX-9 during the season of inspiration at Team